Hey everyone, I'm Big John, and welcome to another episode of the DIS Ability Show. Now, this week I want to talk to you about time killer tips. Now, let's say you got off the plane in Orlando, just got your rental car, if you do a rental car like we do, and your hotel room isn't ready yet and you have no park reservation. Well, when life gives you extra time, kill it wisely. What we like to do to kill time is visit the Navy Monument near the airport with the big airplane. If you have a rental car and a room that has a kitchen, you can stock up on groceries, eat for the week. Now, the big chain in Florida is Publix, and their prices are reasonable, but as a Navy family, we like to do our beginner groceries at the Navy Exchange, and then when we switch hotels, we get more at Publix. That way, when you kill time, you are primed and ready to hit the parks. So anyway, that's my tip. As always, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the comments. I'll make sure it gets to a future episode. And now it's time for this week's Top 5. This past Monday was Disneyland's 68th birthday. And it has many attractions, and a handful of them have been there since opening day. So this week, we're going to cover my top 5 opening day Disneyland attractions. And keep in mind, they are all attractions that are still in operation to this day. Number 5, the Storybook Land Canal Boats. And I'll have a video of that coming up in the near future. But when it started out, when it first opened back in 1955, it was just a muggy old canal ride, and it didn't have any scenery. Then a year later, they put in some miniature houses and stuff from Disney movies, and they put in the giant monstro whale that you use to enter Storybook Land. And to this day, it is still a classic for the young and old alike. Number 4, the Disneyland Railroad. Now, you may remember that we did a DIS or DAT on the Disneyland Railroad a couple weeks ago. And it is of course, Walt Disney loved trains. And of course, we got to see one of the original trains at his Carrollwood barn at Griffith Park, which was amazing. But the Disneyland Railroad is great. You get to go from Main Street to New Orleans Square to Fantasyland / Toontown to Tomorrowland, and in the final leg you visit the Grand Canyon and the Primeval World. It's great. It's a classic. Number 3, Peter Pan's Flight. Now this is perhaps the most popular Fantasyland attraction at both Disneyland and at the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. Because during the past few years, I've never seen the standby go beyond like 3 hours. 3 hours for a 3-minute ride. We like to use my DAS pass for that. Number 2, Autopia. Now, I think Autopia is better than the Tomorrowland Speedway at the Magic Kingdom. 1, you don't have those gas fumes, and 2, better scenery, and you drive under the monorail, which I think is pretty cool. And my number 1 opening day Disneyland attraction, the Jungle Cruise. Now, this was our very first DIS or DAT, and the Jungle Cruise is, again, very popular, not just at Disneyland, but also at the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. Because the it as they're both unique. And at the beginning of the ride, since the Disneyland Jungle Cruise is next to Indiana Jones, they make a crack about, here we are coming up at Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Never Working Ride. If you've seen that video. But yeah, all of these rides are great, and I hope, since they are opening day attractions that are still here, that Disney keeps their hands off of them, because they are classic and they should never, ever be replaced with. Because if Walt were here, he would agree. So anyway, let me know in the comments what your opening day Disneyland attraction is. And now it is time for DIS or DAT. The Mad Tea Party is another classic opening day attraction, not just at Disneyland, but at the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World as well. At Disneyland, it's quite small. It's right in the sun, and appropriately right next to the Alice in Wonderland ride. You know, because it's the same movie. The Walt Disney World version is much bigger. It's under a gazebo-like sun-proof thing, and out of the hot Florida sun. And at the center is a giant teapot, and on occasion, the dormouse pops out of it, which I think is kind of cute. So let me know in the comments which version of the Mad Tea Party is your favorite. DIS, the Disneyland version, or DAT, the Walt Disney World version. So, next week, the Haunted Mansion movie hits theaters. Now, like many of you, I was very surprised that Disney decided to make another Haunted Mansion movie after the 2003 movie with Eddie Murphy bombed. I mean, it's no surprise it didn't even win him a Kids' Choice Award. Am I right? But I think they got an all-star cast for this. I mean, Tiffany Haddish, Jamie Lee Curtis, Owen Wilson. In other Haunted Mansion news, Disneyland's Haunted Mansion will be closing on August 14th to get ready to become Haunted Mansion Holiday, which is the special overlay that Disneyland's Haunted Mansion has during the Christmas and Halloween seasons, because the Haunted Mansion gets a Nightmare Before Christmas theming. Now, on an unrelated note, the Haunted Mansion will also be closing for refurbishment at that time. No, it's not getting a holiday overlay, but it is getting, if you remember from the past D23 Expo, Walt Disney World's Haunted Mansion is finally getting the Hatbox Ghost. And again, I am looking forward to seeing the movie. Of course, I'm going to wait till it's on Disney Plus. And also, this Sunday at 9, you can catch cast members from the movie compete against each other on Celebrity Family Feud on ABC at 9. And there's another rumor that's been floating around, and that is a terrible pun that is intended, because the rumor is that a Haunted Mansion bar might be coming to the upcoming addition to the Disney Cruise Line, the Disney Treasure. Now, the big part of the rumor is that when we saw the teaser for the Disney Treasure, the hitchhiking ghosts were in one of the portholes. So that will be interesting to see if Disney actually does a Haunted Mansion bar on their cruise ship. It will be the first time that the Haunted Mansion has had any form of restaurant or eating or drinking establishment. And I think it's high time for that. So anyway, that's our show. As always, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the comments. I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. For this week's shoutouts, make sure you guys check out Jessica and Lewis over at One Little Spark JL. They do amazing live streams and vlogs from the parks all the time, as well as a separate channel where they do just non-Disney stuff, so definitely check them out. Also, make sure you guys check out Kristen over at Right Down Main Street. She does amazing food reviews from the parks. Definitely check her out as well. Also, make sure you guys check out Nate, a.k.a. Paging Mr. Morrow. He did a thing at Universal yesterday, probably to try that new Minions Villain Con attraction. Also, make sure you guys check out Maria over at LBV TV and LBV TV Vlogs. She does amazing vlogs and live streams from the parks each and every week. Check her out as well. For the latest Disney news and information, make sure you guys check out WDW Magazine. If you haven't subscribed here yet to the Big John Network, what in the Walt Disney World are you waiting for? And ding the bell for notifications so you never miss a second of the fun. And until next time, may the mouse be with you.